The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.
Coming up on the Drumbeat, TJC Theater presents Moby Dick, Tyler Transit offers free rides to students, and the Apache Rec Center hosts student-led basketball games. The Drumbeat starts right now.
Broadcasting live from Studio 1108 in Jenkins Hall on the campus of Tyler Junior College. This is the Drumbeat, bringing you the latest from students like us.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bailey Davis. The TJC Apache Rec Center hosts student-led basketball games. For a limited time from February 5th through the 29th, TJC students are welcome to participate in the 5v5 basketball games at the Rec Center court. All you need to do is register at imleagues.com/TJC, or you can simply check out the TJC calendar on your Apache Access. The games begin at 5 p.m. and end at 7 p.m. The City of Tyler Transit System is offering free rides to TJC students. If you do not have a vehicle on campus, then Tyler Transit has you covered. TJC is partnered with the City of Tyler and can get you free rides around Tyler. You're able to use the transit with an updated student ID, and parents and guardians riding with students may ride for free as well. The bus stop is conveniently located on the TJC main campus at the corner of 5th Street and Baxter Avenue. For more information or for complete bus routes, visit cityoftyler.org. Over the weekend, our TJC men's basketball team played Trinity Valley Community College. Players Darius Woodson and BJ Hooper scored big, helping lead the team to a 77-73 victory against the Cardinals. And the men's basketball team goes up against the Kilgore College Rangers tonight at the Masters Gym on Kilgore's campus at 7 p.m. Hopefully they can come back with a win. The play Moby Dick will be performed at TJC at the end of this month. The play opens February 28th and will run through March 2nd in the Gene Brown Theater. The box office opens today, and the play is predicted to be heavily packed come opening day, so get your tickets now. And to do that, just go to the website tjc.universitytickets.com or visit the box office here at the Rogers Performing Arts Center from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And coming up after the break, a conversation with Amielia Beam of the Apache Arrows. We'll be right back.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Baby, you say you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Back to the Drumbeat. Amielia Beam is here with us today as we take off into the world of aviation. Amielia is a dedicated student here at TJC, majoring in general studies, and also serves as president of the Apache Arrows Club. This club is committed to supporting students with a passion for aviation and other disciplines within the aeronautics field. Amielia, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very good, and I'm really excited to be on the show with you
Of
today.
course, yeah. So I take it you just came from class. How was that?
I did. It was
How are
my
classes
government
going?
class. Government is great. Algebra, not so great, but
Okay.
we're getting there. Yeah.
All right, sweet. So let's just dive right into this. Could you share with us a brief introduction of what the Apache Arrows Club is?
So the Apache Arrows Club is an organization that I created last year in 2022 to give students and staff the ability to get networked within the aviation community and provide students and staff here at TJC with opportunities to get plugged into different aeronautical opportunities.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet. So what inspired the creation of the Arrows Club?
So when I first got here to TJC, there was no avenue for me being passionate about flight to venture into class-wise. So there wasn't any program here at TJC for students like me who are interested in flight as a career. And so because of that lack, I decided to create the Apache Arrows as an avenue, an outlet for students and staff who have the same passion for flight as me. And so I got a group together and we came to the Student Senate and we proposed our club to everybody and they approved us. And so now we start helping students get connected with different pilots around East Texas, and it's been very rewarding.
Yeah. We were just talking earlier, and you said there's no real curriculum around campus.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I take it you don't offer it at Apache Arrows?
No. So being a club, we're not a class, so we can't offer curriculum. But what we do offer is networking to pilots or any other professional in the aviation industry, like a flight attendant or somebody who's studying aviation law. If anybody who's interested in aviation is allowed to join us so that they can get plugged into wherever they need to be.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is flight simulators.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm very excited. We were talking earlier, but for those of you who don't know, there's flight simulators available now at Vaughn Library. And this is all thanks to the Apache Arrows Club. It's very exciting that we have had them installed in the Learning Commons over there. Could you take us through the journey? I know you've been advocating to have flight simulators present at TJC. Why is that such an important thing? Okay, so the Apache Arrows, I try to advocate for local chapters of pilots here. Pilots have their own clubs that they hang out in. And the one that we go and spend time with the most is the EAA Chapter 972 out in Frankston. And we usually only get one opportunity to let our students and staff fly once a semester. So all the other days of the semester, we don't have any flight experience for students who want to fly. And some students aren't available on the days that we set aside to fly. So students really do need an avenue to get comfortable with how plane mechanics work. And that's why a simulator is so important, because it's all of the mechanics of a plane and how they operate, but without any of the risk involved. So you're not going to crash the simulator. But we do have a simulator set up in the Quest classroom in the Vaughn Library, and that was an amazing gift to us from one of the pilots from the EAA Chapter 972. He came to us either 1 or 2 semesters ago, and he said, "Hey, I'm getting a new simulator and I don't have anywhere to put this one that I've been using. Would you guys want to take it off our hands?" I said, "Yes, we would. We just need to figure out where to put it first." And so we decided with Dr. Mejia's help that we would place it in the Quest classroom of the library, because that's a good place to keep it under lock and key, because it is an expensive piece of equipment. It is. And it's not available to everybody to be able to use. It's only available to Apache Arrows members, but anybody's welcome to join the club who wants to use that simulator. So, yeah. Yeah, and I guess you kind of touched on this a little more, but how does having a flight simulator available here impact the learning experience of kids here on campus? Oh, it's great, because the experience is basically free. Whereas if you want to go use a simulator somewhere else, you're going to need a membership, or you're going to have to pay for a simulator. Our simulator here is solely meant to get students and staff who are interested in jumping into flight, get acquainted with how the controls work. It also lets you switch in between different types of aircraft. So if you want to be flying a Cessna 172 one day, you can, but if you want to
fly an F-16 the other day, you can do that too. You can fly in any weather conditions, any types of visibility conditions. It's really adjustable, and it's a great learning tool, and I'm so happy that we have that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And then, so we were talking earlier about the formation of the club, how you decided to create the club, what inspired you. Can you take us through some of the challenges that you faced while you were creating this club?
Yes. So some of the challenges that we faced were just getting the word out there that, hey, we have a club for people who are interested in aviation. We've used the duplications office, and I absolutely love them because our flyers are so helpful. But I've really noticed that a lot of the students who have already had a passion burning for aviation, they've already decided to go to different colleges that specialize in that, or maybe a trade school that does that. So the students that are here, they're kind of more interested in it as like a hobby. But there are just a select few of students that are in our club that are in it to win it. Like they want to go all in for their career with aviation. So that's one of the setbacks that we've had, is that not a lot of people know about the aviation club, either because the word's not getting out there, or they're just simply not interested in it, like with a passion. Yeah.
So as the president of the Apache Aeros Club, what are some of the events or activities that you've organized for your club in the past or even in the future that just help as an educating experience for the students involved in the club?
Oh, okay. So for education, well, we do a lot of fun things. We've had like paper airplane contest. We had a movie night. But some of the more educational things that we've done in the past is I give lessons at our meetings. So this past semester, I've given lessons on how to talk to pilots and air traffic control in the air, and how do pilots talk to each other, because it's like a whole different language. And then I've also given lessons on how to read aviation maps, because those are really hairy if you don't know what you're looking at. So I teach lessons at our meetings. I also get us connected with guest speakers who have experience in different avenues that I don't have, because I can't teach everything. But we had a guest speaker come and talk to us about how to handle an emergency situation in the air, and his personal experience with that in his plane. And that was really interesting. We've also taken trips to different museums, like the Historical Aviation Memorial Museum here in Tyler. They're amazing. We just do a lot of educational, like hands-on experiences, and it's lots of interesting stuff.
For sure. So for a student that's watching this and becomes curious of what the club does in general, what are some of the aspects that you would highlight to just kind of tend to their curiosity, to kind of spark their interest in the club?
Well, the first thing that I say to anybody who asks, like, what's the coolest thing that you do in your club, is like, we fly real planes.
Oh, wow.
Which is the best part of the club, that I would just say. But not everybody is interested in that, because maybe they're afraid of heights or they don't want to be a pilot. But that's the most interesting thing that we do, is we do allow students and staff to be able to go fly real airplanes, thanks to the generosity of the Chapter 972 out in Frankston, that offers up their own personal time and aircrafts for us to use. So that's a really cool part. But other things that we do, we have free dinner and snacks and dessert at our meetings. And so that's always a big takeaway, is like, hey, you might not be interested in aviation, but I bet you're interested in food. So you can come to our meetings. But if you're just interested in aviation in general, whether you want to do it as a career or nerd out or as a hobby, you can totally join for whatever reason, and if anybody is welcome. So
Sweet. So if you want free snacks, you know where to go.
Yes.
Okay. The last question here is, how can those interested in what you're doing, where can they find the information?
Okay, so we do have posters posted around campus that have like a QR code that show like our calendar of events. If they don't find one of those, we do have an Instagram. Shameless plug. It's at Apache Aeros on Instagram, and I'll be giving updates there. But if you don't know where else to find us, we do meet every other Monday at 5:30 p.m. in the Quest classroom, where the simulator is, from 5:30 to 6:30, and that's where we hold our general meetings for anybody to attend. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, it's been nice being here.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for being with us, and we'll be right back after the break.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do. you have a good day at school? She gave them some broth without any bread. There you go. And kiss them all soundly. Night night. Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers. He connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to the DrumBeat. Our next guest is none other than Miss Misti Harris, a business professor here at Tyler Junior College. Miss Harris is here representing the recently established business club, BOSS. Let's explore the exciting world of business education with our very own Miss Misti Harris.
Hi.
Miss Harris, so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I am wonderful.
Did you have classes today?
Oh, yes.
Are the students behaving?
Well, yes, they behave. You students are wonderful.
Sweet. So can you just share, to begin with, can you just share the story behind the birth of the club BOSS? And follow-up question, what does the BOSS stand for? Is it an acronym?
Yes, it's an acronym. It's Business Opportunities for Student Success.
Okay.
All day, BOSS.
Nice. It's got a nice ring to it.
It does. I like it. In the business world, everybody wants to be the boss, right?
Okay.
So we had students asking about a business club, and I think they have tried in the past to have one, but it didn't ever develop. So we wanted to listen to students and be receptive to what they want, and so we're going to give it a try.
Right. And how long has this been in the making?
Just the last several months.
Okay.
Just the beginning of the semester, we started throwing around some ideas, suggested the name BOSS, and it kind of stuck, and so we've been moving forward.
Nice. Okay. So the club started, it had its first meeting a few weeks ago.
It did.
And I was lucky enough to be there. And then being a newly formed club, there was recognizably, there was a large turnout. There's a large amount of kids for a newly formed club. What do you think contributed to the high demand of the club?
Well, the professors were really excited about it. They talked about it in class, and I think they just stirred up a lot of interest. And again, there was already interest there from students, from just organically that happened, them asking us about a club. So the students ask for it, and we deliver.
Nice. That's amazing. Supply and demand, right?
Yes.
So as a business professor and a staff member involved in BOSS, how do you see the club helping business learning in general, from classes and clubs? Do you see the skills being interchangeable in there?
Definitely. You know, in the classroom, we study books and various other things. We are somewhat limited in what we can do inside a classroom.
Okay.
So organizations like BOSS and other resources that we have here on campus broaden our opportunities and take us more into the real world. So I'm hoping to offer the real world to the students in the way of networking, for improving their leadership and professional skills, just etiquette, professional etiquette, and entrepreneurial opportunities that they might want to pursue.
Right.
Mhm.
And then, like we mentioned before,
Mhm.
Boss is a very new club.
Yes, very.
Yeah. And then when you look at clubs around campus, for example, this club, for example, DrumBeat, it's been around since what, 1927 or 26 or
That
something.
is unbelievable.
Right. And it's the second oldest club. The first being Las Mascaras, which is the theater
Okay.
club,
Okay.
which was
Mhm.
founded hundreds of years ago. Actually, it's
Yes.
celebrating its 100-year anniversary next
Wow.
year.
That-
Yeah. So these clubs have, withstood the
Mhm.
test of time.
Mhm.
They've stayed relevant all these years and
Mhm.
created an impact. How do you see Boss creating a similar
Mhm.
impact on its students?
Wow. Don't we have a legacy to follow? I
Right?
mean, that's to live up to. I mean, that is incredible.
It does, yeah.
Probably need to pick your club's brain in the theater club as well to find out the secret recipe.
Right.
But if I'm guessing, I'm thinking that it is an involved staff
Mhm.
because you students are here 2 years. And so it's kind of hard to, keep longevity with the students. So
Right.
you've got to have a committed professors and committed staff and then provide value, something of value to the students in the way of community. I think building a strong community in those clubs is big so that they feel a part of something larger than themselves.
Right.
And that makes people feel committed.
Right.
They feel better about themselves because they're a part of a community.
Right.
That's what we want to bring to TJC.
Right.
so-
And then what are you excited most looking into the future of
Mhm.
Boss?
Well, my dream
Mhm.
would be to offer a Shark Tank-like program
Okay.
for Tyler Junior College. That
Okay.
would be utopia,
Okay.
where we come together with the community of Tyler,
Mhm.
find business investors that come and serve as the Mark Cubans of our Shark Tank,
Right.
and actually have presentations where
Right.
students come and say we start with 30, we end up with 10 that get to present to the sharks,
Mhm.
and someone is declared a winner and receives money to start their
Right.
business.
Yeah, and I love this idea because
Yes.
it encourages creativity,
Yes.
innovation, all
And
the good stuff.
And the thing about our club is entrepreneurial thinking is not limited to business.
Mhm.
Radio, TV, communications, anyone can start a business. So
Right.
we are really open across campus to all majors and anyone interested in someday owning a business, running a business, or just wanting to learn how to be better dealing in the business world.
Mhm. So for some of the students watching but
Mhm.
are still unsure about whether they should join or not, what are some of the experiences that you might highlight that might attract
Mhm.
them?
Well, we're going to have fun.
Okay.
I can assure them that they're going to have fun.
Guaranteed fun.
Yes, we want to help them network.
Okay.
Students need jobs. Internships are a huge part of today's networking, getting into the job market.
Mhm.
So I would love to link folks we know in the community that serve on our business school board with students and maybe provide some internship opportunities.
Okay.
Networking. It's all about who you know these days. So
really is.
students need help in that area. They need help to learn how to be professional.
Mhm.
How do you go on an interview?
Right.
Now, that's a skill. And so anything that we can do to help students better themselves, be a better professional in the business world, or start a business, we're
Mhm.
here to do it. And we're excited about it.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining.
Of course.
Before I let you go,
Yes.
if anybody's interested, where can they find more information about?
Just contact me.
Okay.
Misti Harris with 2 S's on the end. Okay. Email me. And we are such an infant organization. We have not started social media, but we are going to come out with a bang. So
Okay.
I'll get you all connected. Just contact me. I'll put you on the contact list and get you all set up.
Sweet. So best of luck.
Thank
And
you.
I really hope the club
Me
goes
too.
well.
It's going to. Thank you.
It is. All right. We'll be right back after the break. Thank you so much.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom when I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero. Good job, kitty cat. When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Yo, Scott. Hey. I'm heading out, man. You want to ride? No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom. Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long. I think I'll just... Dude, are you okay? You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed. Yeah. I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home. Smart man. Did you see how the dog was looking at me?
Welcome back to the DrumBeat. We have one last story for you. On this week's DrumBeat on the Street, we asked students how they feel about AI.
I find it useful when used correctly, whether that's to help me answer a question or to figure something out that I don't know already.
I find it more on the interest of the fact that it is reliant entirely on a database, which in many cases has been shown to, even if it gets better, it still is limited by that data set.
For my major, it's actually kind of useful. A lot of the times I'm using Photoshop, and so it'll kind of like fix some trouble areas in images, and it's actually a really good tool for me. I can see how it could be not super great.
I don't ever use AI in school, and I've never really thought about it. I just use my my own mind. I have heard it was beneficial, and I have also heard that there has been some issues with it. So I guess there's some concerns, but I'm sure it's also very beneficial in some ways.
To be honest, I see it both ways. Not necessarily for school, but I feel like the technology has helped the world advance in some ways. But at the same time, those advancements have started to become greater than people. Like more people are dependent on robots than they are themselves, which is kind of scary to think about.
That does it for us here at the DrumBeat. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, you can always find the latest news at thedrumbeat.com or by downloading the DrumBeat app.
The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.